Right, g'day viewers. This is probably just a little thing I thought you might be interested in, maybe not. Got to do the brakes. It appears it's gone down to metal, so this ain't mine. So we've got to pull it off and see what's going on. I've got another couple of brake pads to throw in here, and we'll see how buggered it is. Won't be machining the disc or anything like that, because it's eventually going to have new discs, or not new, but good second-hand discs, upgraded, put on later. So we'll just get it going so it's not metal on metal, put an old pad in and just see how we go. I've got 3 pads, so it's just the inside one that for some reason it's just, don't know, but we'll get it going, pull it all off and see what we find. Oh yeah, safety first. So we'll get stuck into this, and hopefully it won't take too long to work out. All right. Alright, so wasn't even a brake pad in it. She scored, definitely scored. That's smooth. Yeah, she's definitely scored, but there was actually no brake pad. You might have seen when this fell out, bent, because the piston was pushing it in. The front one has actually still got not half a pad left of meat, so I think Jono said the sliders in these tend to stick in the Pajero, so it only pushes on one side. So I think we've got some lube in the back there we've got to find. But I'm going to put this back in, and it's a bit buckled, but once the piston gets some pressure on that, this is only, it's just, I don't even think I need it, but hey, we'll use it. So I'm going to straighten this out. Now, of course, a lot of you will be saying, no, need to get it. This is just a quick fix, so we can actually use it, so I can get it running, because we don't want metal on metal. As I said, these hubs will be replaced, so yeah. I mean, that one's pretty good. I think they're supposed to be glued to it, but as you can see, she's not gluey anymore. So that should sit there. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look the. Looks like it's been chewed a bit, but we'll crack the nipple. Oh, Jesus, I'll bring the bloody. I had a speed wrench, and do you think I could find it? We'll crack the nipple and bleed, and see if we can't push that piston in. That piston looks shocking. The rubber boot is broken. Now she's not leaking fluid, so that's good, but it's definitely not good. So I'll go find this other stuff and we'll put it back together again, I guess. Alright, done. So this isn't a permanent thing, so she's done, you know, so I ugga-dugga the wheels on, and then went in there and torqued them up just a bit. I tend to break things, so I can't go too hard. Andy sees grease in a tube. It's better than the old brush when you end up cutting half yourself with it, so because they're pushed through, I suppose you should do this on all brakes that have the floating pin. is anti-seize the damn things. So the piston can move. Otherwise, yeah, you will have problems like this where one side favours the piston, and it's usually on the inside, and that wears out quicker than the outside. But as I said, this is only a temporary measure, and I broke the, probably Jono dropping it too much. The thing broke right at the bottom of the thread, brand new. So I swiped the top off, so hopefully that, as long as you don't step on it, that should be fine. I don't wear gloves because I don't want baby hands when I'm, well, I'm already 50, 60. So I literally just, and I don't have a missus to tell them to clean up. So you can wear gloves. It's probably a good idea because you get a good grip then. But because this is brakes, wouldn't matter because you never get a grip on the brakes. As you saw, I had to struggle to get the those bolts out, the floating pin bolts. So, but yeah. So now that's not bled because I'm the only one here. But I've got a fancy vacuum operated brake bleeder which connects to your compressor. Compressor's about 100 meters over that way. So I'll take this around there and bleed that up in a minute. But yeah, if you start now you might have noticed on the if you ever take brakes apart, you see little metal prongs that go between the brake pad on the backing plate, the actual backing plate of the brake pad and the actual meat of the brake pad. There's little prongs. Don't get rid of them, because when they start squealing, that tells you you're low on you're low on brake pads. Your brakes are going if you hear that little squeal. So don't go, oh, I've got a rock, I've got something, oh, I'll just ignore it. It means you're out of brake pads. That's what those little tongs are for. They squeal when you're getting really like a 2-3 mil, I think, of brake pad left. They start squealing. So leave those on, don't snap them off. You might think they have no use, but they do. They squeal to tell you that your brakes are stuffed. Alright, that's back together now. I'm just going to pump up that tyre. She's got a slow leak. But I did pump the brakes a bit just to get some air out, but I'm going to leave it for the vacuum brake. Oh. And you might have noticed, to get the caliper now, on the other video when we were working on Jono's ute, we had a hell of a time trying to put that piston, push the piston in so we get the brakes in. Now, I didn't realise that time, but this is actually brake. This has got a handle. These are really good because you just put that in against your brake caliper and then squeeze it and it just closes up. I didn't notice that it broke, so I just got the old school G-clamp or slide clamp and basically just nubbed it up against that side against the piston. The piston, this side against, well, the outside of it, and basically just nubbed it up and just screwed it, and it worked. We released the little 8mm nipple, your bleed nipple, screwed that in, and it compresses evenly, so it actually goes in even. And that's what these are for, even, because it goes right across your brake, your piston, I should say, right across your piston, so it's level, so it's not. Usually, it's pretty safe. The other way is to actually put that on the outside of the brake if it's flat, which this isn't. It's actually got a little rise where the fluid goes in, and put this inside the middle of the cup and actually have that sitting right in the middle of the cup and screw it that way. Depends on your caliper. That's how you open up your caliper. I usually like these ones because they're a hell of a lot easier, because you literally, because they got the locking clamp, you just pull it up against there and then do it. But somehow that one's broken. It's got no handle on it. So, don't know where that went. But yeah, there you go. So that's all nibbed up. I think the bolts were, what's that, 17mm. 17mm. They're not always 17, usually they're only 15mm. I think on Jono's Falcon. But on this, they're 17mm. They're a bit of a pain. And 8mm for the nipple. But yeah, take it apart, check it all, anti-seize the sliding pins. I say this is good in a tube because you just cut the tube to suit and just squeeze it on. Or I still made a mess, but I'm not fussed. That's it. She's back. She's got brakes. It won't make noises. Don't know where that other pad went though. It was like the pad was completely missing. But as I said, we got new I think he's got new calipers because that caliper's screwed. We need a new caliper because the boot's gone, and the disc, which I think he said he had other ones to go on this, because he's got a weird problem driving along and she'll just suddenly just start to put the brakes on. We have no idea. We've changed master cylinders. I think he said he changed the brake booster. He changed the calipers and whatnot, and it's still... just don't buy Triton. Simple. I think this is a 99, 98, 99, 2000, something like that. But anyway, oh jeez, I'll make a mess. Oh, there we go, clean. So half the tools I didn't even need, but there you go. Anyway, Dodgy's tech tip: don't touch cars. Simple. It was a nice day, but I've still got to work on the Falcon. But I pulled my back out, twitched a muscle, so this is as good as I got so far to work on this. So I will be getting into that panel van, and it's up the top, ready to. I think we'll make it a couple of episodes, vids. One to just disconnect everything and get it ready to pull out, and maybe pull the engine out. I'm not sure. And then another one, engine out, K-frame out, clean out the old one, paint it, put that in. Another one actually putting the other gearbox and engine once I get it from way down the back all the way up the top. Nothing's close. Alright, that should do it. Alright, till next time. I promise no more gunshots. Okay? Bye.